Hello, Holy Cow Part 4. Sandra here. I'm putting the eyes on now. The really excited bit from an old pair of old toy I got from the charity shop. Gorilla Glue. Really good part of it to really animate it, make the model come alive to an actual proper thing. I used Jovi clay. Then after that I built round any part of the cow that needed smoothing out, because obviously with papier-mâché you're not going to get it completely smooth. So looking all around at the areas that needed, some sort of adjustment, I just literally worked with Jovi. The advantage of Jovi compared to Das is a lot more expensive, but then the amount of time I spent on this model, or who's now called Clover, was many hours. So I was prepared to pay the extra £10, the £10 for, as opposed to £4 for Das. It's much slower drying time, so when you're working with it, you haven't got constantly keep wetting it as you do with Das, which is still brilliant to use. And I love working with clay, so I work around I put her upside down on the table so it's at proper height, not stooping over, and then I could work on it nice and firm base to see where it was that I needed to add the extra. So then I had a flip around her, and I thought, well, what else needs doing on her now? Actually, it's really nice just to step back and look, because once you've been working with something a while, you get kind of like, you need to look at it with fresh eyes. So I used to go back to it every week or so, and I even left it it literally took me from starting to finishing 1 year. And I do have another couple more videos of the finishing. So I do believe, as my father always said, or my dad always said, happy Father's Day, Dad, was no one sees the time that you take, but they see the end result. So here we are. So I'm carrying on now. And there's not a lot of room between the gaps between the legs and the udders, so I'm having to use like anything. I'm literally making up as I go along. Hindsight, as I say, I wouldn't have put the material on first, because then you've got to keep avoiding getting that not messy, covering it over. So top tip on any crafting, any fur base thing, leave that until after you've finished. Looking back, she's got her first initial bit of the teeth, and I am just smooth. I love this part. I love the feel of the clay. Any little cracks that appeared, I'm smoothing them over, making it all good. And it is really becoming an actual thing from a loose idea in my head. It literally evolved and grew. I had a rough idea. There's one picture that I used in particular as the model for, but it's really nothing like that, which I will put at the end of this video, the actual image that I kind of had in mind. But I've got some lovely gold paint, as you can see, from eBay. The faux fur I got also from eBay. I got a very large piece because I'm doing like fur-based costumes, animal costumes to go along with the videos. This is a Brahman Holy Cow, so obviously I'm working on the hump now. For the middles of it, I used bits of old shoe. In fact, I tried to embellish it with bits of everybody. I loved working on the hip and the bottom. It just kind of naturally grew and went into the right shape, which I was quite amazed actually, because I was just making it up as I go along. The process is great, but you need the time. It's not the sort of thing that you think, I've got to get it done quickly, because you won't. It really is. I enjoyed doing it. As you can see, a little bit of the clay went on the hair, but that really, I just went over that eventually with some Tipex indelible pen, and the eyes obviously will be set in place. The eyeliner will be redone, and everything else with the eyelid. I'm planning to put eyelashes on it, redo the mouth, and I'm just showing you the end of it now as I'm coming up. I'm looking at this back as I'm doing an audio, so I'll put the little picture that I had in mind at the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Back for another video for the last few bits soon. Bye.